today. All right,
Fantastic.
everybody. Hello and welcome. It is Tuesday, September 24th, and you are here for how to build AI skills for your career. My name is Albert. I'm the founder of Albert's List. And with me today as my co-host is Rene Turcios of A New Hub. And we're going to talk a little bit about the state of the AI market and what AI looks like. And then we're going to give you a demo of how AI works and how you can learn really, really quickly to pick up those skills on your own and really understand how transformative this technology is. Regardless of what you think of where it's going in the future, AI is here, it is here to stay, and it'll be here in some form or fashion as we move forward. So, a little bit about me. I'm a product marketer. I'm also a job search guy. That's what Albert's List is. If you found us through our Facebook group or through our Eventbrite page, we are happy to have you here. And we have a community that is 50,000 people strong, where members have found work at companies like Google, Cisco, GoPro, and Twitter before they changed their name. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. And a little bit about Albert's List. We're a community with just over 50,000 members. The link to join is right above there, and you can get that at the end as well. And we run job search and entrepreneurship bootcamp programs to drive career success, as well as programs like this that help you build your skill set so that you can secure or at least get closer to having the future that you want to have. So feel free to join us, introduce yourself, and get to know our members. Rene, how about a little about you?
Yeah, hi. So my name's Rene. Nice to meet you guys. I like to just say I'm just a guy. Um, I I don't really know how to read or write code. I though use AI a lot, and I have one and just built numerous different things at different hackathons and conferences. The most biggest notable one is if you're familiar with NAB, which is a VFX conference down in Vegas every year. We ended up getting AI Product of the Year. I built it out for a company, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So I like to teach people how they can utilize AI to go and build stuff, and yeah.
Yep, wonderful. And by the way, I know we are doing this webinar. If there are trolls in here, please report them. I do see some people here with very random looking names, and I'm going to go ahead and kick them out because I don't think they belong here. And if you do have a question or have something to say throughout this entire webinar, please put them in the webinar chat and put them in the Q&A so that we can answer them, so that we have the adults in the room. So we did have some people here who were disrespectful. Rene, we kicked them out as soon as we can, and we're excited to get this webinar started so that the adults in the room can learn about AI while the trolls can leave. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, it's not a big deal because there's so many people that are like hardcore hackers that like really hate me because they've been in like development for I don't know they've been software development for like 15 years 20 years. They do everything like super manual, and they move so fucking slow. So like I see it all the time. I'm really not bothered with it. Let's rock and roll.
All right, let's rock and roll. So we're going to do this for our agenda today. We're going to give you an overview of AI, how AI is impacting work, recent AI news of interest, and then we're going to show you, well, I'm going to hand it over to Rene, and he's going to show you a demo of how everything works, and then we're going to show how you can learn AI with us. And good to meet you, Rene from Houston, Texas. It's good to have you here. So,
Yes.
a quick overview of AI, right? So, what is artificial intelligence? It's a combination of four different things that we've come to know over the last few years that include machine learning, neural networks, natural language processing, and robotics. And at its very core, as we've also known, is pretty much the data that is generated by you and I on an every single daily basis. And so, one of the things to know is that your data and the data that you create today, right now, whether it's here in Zoom, whether it's the content that you put together on Facebook, whether it's the blog you write, all of that to some degree right now is being trained on artificial intelligence platforms like ChatGPT and Claude to help uh, create a lot of the platforms that you know now that can output a lot of the content that you write, the websites that you create, and so forth. And so, in this world, right, the process is that you have unstructured and structured data that is then stored in databases and servers. And then the AI algorithms come in and they detect the patterns. They understand what it is and how it is that humans think and write. And then predictive signals are generated, or content or generative AI is developed in that sense. And that's how you get the ChatGPT that you have today, among the many other tools that currently exist on the market. And so, these charts are always changing, they're always turning. But the main thing that you have to understand as you get through this is that um, you have many AI tools now on the market that are transforming the way we do work, and they are transforming the way that you learn the skills that you want to learn so that you can be effective at work or be a really solid entrepreneur. And so, speaking with how AI is changing work, there's a lot of different things that are happening today. And, this is the job search hat that I'd like to put on because I think it's so important to talk about what AI is doing in addition to learning these skills along the way. And so what does this all mean, right? So far, we've seen a little bit of job cuts that have happened so far. This chart is from 2023. And in 2024, we've heard a lot about companies that are transitioning because they are investing more in AI. So Cisco, as you know, who laid off 5,000 to 6,000 employees just the other day, is wanting to go more into AI. Intuit is looking to get into AI as well. And they laid off about 1,700 people at the end of July to prove their point. And so you not only have that, but you also have companies like the fintech company Klarna out of Europe, who said that they had laid off a significant number of their chat center employees because they knew that they no longer needed to have them. And it's an investment that was a little bit pandered, a little bit critiqued at the beginning, but it's actually one that's starting to work out for them. And it's starting to now beg the question for many people whether this is something that is going to scale up and through for pretty much many, many companies throughout, or whether it's just a one-off. And for that, really, the answer is still that it remains to be seen. 5% of the global workforce is estimated to lose their jobs to AI this year in 2024, with, the hope that we have on our side that there will be people who will not only lose their jobs, but also gain additional skills that will help them become more attractive in the longer run so that they can have these new skills and we can elevate ourselves as a workforce. Global generative AI in the jobs market. So how is this going to grow? And so we're currently right now on the very left-hand side at 352, what looks to be and a half, I would say, million. But as we get into these later years, and as AI spending increases, and as use cases are discovered, and as new ways to process data are also found out, this is only going to increase over time. So even if we go through any of your troughs of disillusionment, or we go through any areas of skepticism, we're going to come out in a place, in my opinion, where you're going to also see that that new ways of innovating with AI will be possible, and that even among the doubt, there is also going to be a lot of growth down the line. Where do I get this data from? I do a lot of Googling. I read a lot of publications, and and these are a lot of images that are pulled off of from these publications. If you'd like for me to share them with you, I am happy to also have further conversation, Alicia. So feel free to message me and we can talk a lot more. Generative AI jobs are also rare, but they are also growing quickly. So they were about 0.1% of a share of all global job postings as of February 2024. It's definitely going to increase in its volume as we go forward. I do not have more recent charts, but I can definitely find them as we go through. And I think that, and since we do this webinar on a monthly basis where you can learn about AI, I think it's definitely an opportunity to see how far up this number and to the right goes as we move into the months ahead. And so to sort of conclude, right, AI is the future, and it may not be about hitting the moon, but it's rather about landing somewhere in the stars. And as we've been saying a lot lately, your job may not be lost to AI, but someone who knows how to use it may very well take your job because they know how to be more efficient, they know how to be more effective, and they're doing a very, very good job at it. And so today and right now is the time to position yourself and be that person who can learn those AI skills. AI also makes everything a lot easier to do than ever, right? And so the one thing that's always important to mention is that as we've seen over the last couple of years, AI can do everything from image generation to web development, which you're going to see a demo of shortly, to short form writing, long form writing, fact finding, data management, and more. And so, one of the things that is also still important as you go through this experience of learning AI is that if you're wanting AI to write for you, for example, it still means that you have to learn how to be a good writer yourself. If you're somebody who wants to create images with AI, it's also important for you to know what to look for in images, whether it's extra fingers, whether it's copy and text that doesn't make any sense, and so forth. And so AI should also not replace what it is that you're capable of doing, but it should for sure give you help augment and optimize what it is that you're doing so you can do more and get back to the things that you truly want to do, like and love. And so before we head into Renee's demo here, I wanted to also open this up to a new section that I didn't have in the last presentation that I'm going to have on these presentations going forward. And that's recent AI news of interest. This industry is moving incredibly quickly, and there's so much going on a regular basis. I invite you, if you're on your computer here or on your phone, to take a screenshot of some of these notable headlines that have captivated us over the past month. For example, just a few days ago, UCLA mentioned that they would offer ChatGPT Enterprise to students and faculty. I mean, who, as a college student, wouldn't have loved that back when they were in school? And this is interesting too, because for many of us, when we were first seeing ChatGPT come on the scene 2 years ago, there was a huge pushback from educators who were saying that they didn't want to, they wanted their students to learn on their own how to use AI, how to write and not use AI. But UCLA here offering ChatGPT Enterprise to students and faculty is huge. Microsoft is also turning back on 3 Mile Island to the nuclear plant that is famous for its nuclear fallout in the late 1970s for AI usage. So, nothing wrong is going to come from that, but, we'll see, right? And then we have laws from California passed on AI training and banning deepfakes, and then Adobe launching a video generation tool. And in between that, Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris for president after Donald Trump's AI image of her. Other things like this include Claude Enterprise launching, increasing processing capabilities and what you can do. Suno, which is a music app, which allows for dynamic music development, and so forth. And then also Grok, which is the brainchild of Elon Musk, is also launching and has many, many updates coming through. And I try to follow what I can through this. There's a lot more news than this, obviously. So if you want to share news that you found in the webinar chat, feel free to. And I get a lot of this news from Body Brain, which is the newsletter that I subscribe to. And so I can go ahead and share the link to this newsletter as I share the link to this newsletter as I get off of the screen share here and then go to Renee. So we're gonna move next into a demo of AI. So Renee here, he's somebody that I respect a ton and somebody who has done a lot in this field. And so I'm going to go ahead and end the poll here. It looks like many of you are somewhat experienced and novice. That's 97% of you. So if that's you, you are in the right place today to have your mind blown by somebody who knows a lot about what he's doing. So Renee, can you share your screen and can you give us some magic about how you're learning and using AI in the world today? You're on mute.
Yes, but it's asking me to quit and reopen it real quick.
Uh-oh.
So
Well, okay. Do you need to Do you need to
Uh,
leave and then come back into the webinar?
maybe let me check if this works. Continue to allow. Does that work? Do you see my screen?
Yep, I see your screen.
Fantastic. And let me leave. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Okay, so you can see all this. You
Great.
can see this?
Yep. Yep.
All right, cool. Awesome. So this is more like what I do. So hi, my name is Rene. What I normally do is I do teach quite a few people on how do we use AI to go and build stuff like, let's say, code or build other things that are useful for you. Depending on what you do in your life, maybe you're busy selling clothing, or maybe you're selling produce, or whatever it is in your life that you're busy with. You need some kind of like software to help make your life more faster, such as maybe a website to go and sell on, or maybe a website that you can go and help deploy on. Maybe you need some complicated, cool thing to happen with some files, but you don't know how to go and use that. Or maybe you want to go and learn how to troubleshoot something in real life using just AI. I'm going to go over this, but I'm going to go and show you guys something real cool. So the first thing I want to show you guys is that we can use AI currently now to build any type of website or anything end to end. So I'm going to give you guys a quick small demo, hoping that I didn't run out of credits before this. So we're going to try this. I'm going to go and
What platform are you
create.
on?
So this is called Replit.com. You can just ask, build me uh, game that is like Space Invaders, but use emojis for it. So I'm going to go and ask this. So earlier in the Q&A side, if you guys are in the chat side, someone asked like, what is natural language processing? So it's just the concept of being able to use natural language to go and actually build out code. In this example, I'm taking my natural language of build me a game that is like Space Invaders, but use emojis for it, and that will build out the code from it. Because the AI will take that, understand it, build something out based off of that concept. That is natural language processing. Normally, you have to go and learn Python, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all these extra stuff, which have their own syntaxes, languages, and all their own different things about it. It's a big pain in the butt. Um, Let me go and quickly click a couple of these just buttons just to go and get it going. So here's my hands. You guys can see I'm clearly not typing a single line here, but the AI is coding everything
No
for me.
Neuralink going on there?
I mean, I don't know. So normally what I teach people is like a very basic demo on like how can you use AI to go and like copy and paste onto stuff. But now as AI is evolving, I'm going to showcase you guys what the future really is. And it's going to be this. It's going to be able where you can go on the right, talk to your AI to go and accomplish whatever it is. The AI will on the left build whatever it is, rather in files or whatever, and it's going to be able to display to you what the product is. And from that, you're going to be able to talk to the AI again and say like, hey, this went well, but this didn't. Fix this part. And whenever it's done, oops, I already died because oh, what? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna, yes. So it started something. We got some like little Space Invader things. We got these things. But obviously at this point, we have to say like, hey, it's super hard when it starts. The things fall down, and I can't see what I'm getting killed with. Please slow it down and make it easier. So at this point, I'm just going to say to the AI, like, hey, here's the problem. Go fix it. The AI is going to take my feedback, go back, adjust it, and keep going. So this is really cool because let's say, maybe you're wanting to sell cars. You need a car landing photos and stuff. Well, you can give it the AI all the photos. The AI can take the photos, put it in the right folder, build a whole, maybe your phone, maybe your email, or maybe a custom inbox that it goes and automatically sends and automates stuff with you. But here's the cool part that like anybody can do this. No one needs to know how to like even read or write code anymore. They can just utilize AI. And this is like the coolest example I can ever think about. It's just utilizing AI in this example.
So what kind of
It's
applications can
just
you
gonna
build
keep
with
going.
Replit that are not video games, and how much is this per month?
Yeah, so you can build let's say you want to build a stock website, maybe stock analysis, maybe you wanted to go and build oh, actually, let me give you a good example of something that I built the other day because I wanted to build it and I was a little bored. So the other day, was it this one? No, hold on. I think I might have clicked the wrong one. It should say Animal Crossing 2D. Maybe this is the right one? Nope. Is it this one? Uh, Here, let me run it. Yeah, this one. Okay, so this was fun. So you can build into much more, but this is going to be like a small example of where you can go and have, like, let's say you wanted to build something where you have multiple agents be able to communicate with each other. So in this one, this is more like an Animal Crossing like concept where I can walk my character close to something, be like, "Hi," whatever its name is, it can understand its name and stuff and read it back and stuff. This is all just something that I started building. Now, let's say you wanted to take this further. Let's say you wanted to use this as research assistance instead of building like a video game. You can take your AI to go and start building different stuff like this, where maybe you're like, "Hey, I want to go and research on like all the different types of food that are in whatever area," or maybe I want to understand about the Smithsonian or whatever. You can just start building out cool things like this directly in app with the AI. But this is the new way to start building stuff. But I'm going to go and show you guys one other cool thing, and this is just the more easier way to go and do it. If you guys are wanting to go and learn, let's say, ChatGPT and the ability to go and build an app with it, instead of learning, like figuring out all the code and stuff, and you don't want to have like the agent do it all, you want to go and like maybe like start doing more manual. Here's what you can do. You can use something like Replit. I'm just going to create a very basic one. Let's say HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And we're going to make it to where we can go and here, let me click a couple buttons down. I'm going to make a car landing page. So what I can do is if you have ChatGPT, especially on the MacBook, you can ask, "Hey, I want to build a website using HTML, CSS, JavaScript about a landing page to sell cars." Cool. I'm gonna ask it. I'm gonna ask it to do it. It's gonna give me this code, and this is what normally people do. They go and ask the AI to go and do something like this. Oh, oh, there we go. So I'm trying to make it a little bit bigger. Can I make this full screen still? Thank you. All right. So as that happens, I'm gonna grab a couple things. So one, I'm gonna take the HTML. I go back here, paste. Easy. Highlight it all, delete it all, paste. Super quick. I have like a bunch of lines of code I didn't have to spend even a minute really wasting on. Keep going. Go here. Style. Paste. I know that it said styles.ss, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that real quick because I know it said that. And then let's go to the next one, which is this one. It says script.js, so that's great. Just paste it here. We click run. Fantastic. All right. So this is normally how I would normally start having people do it. So you click new tab, get a concept of like what you could do here. Uh, right now it's white. There's like this black and stuff. Maybe you didn't want this. Okay, you can then take a photo of something and then give it back to the AI, and it can adjust it to that. This is just a quick example of how like normally like you would write code with AI. But AI has many different use cases. For example, today I am at this event that I'm helping run the video and stuff. I got access to a device that I'm not familiar with. I don't know anything about it, but I know it's a video switcher, so I'm going to make it work. What I did is I was able to go and take some photos of it with my AI, ChatGPT, just send it to the ChatGPT, and the ChatGPT was able to go and tell me how to go and troubleshoot what I was doing, and I was able to go and get our live stream all working over here at AIFI's summit event here in San Francisco. Um, so there's a lot of different ways to do this. I want to show you guys one more cool thing. We do have a website called 01hestia.com. What it is, it's a website where we do teach people how to go and utilize AI for building code. So we do
I'll get
have
into
these
that in
little,
a quick moment,
oh, never
Renee.
mind.
Let me
My
lead
bad.
you into that.
Oh, whoops. Well,
No
yes,
worries.
basically this is how we can build code. So or maybe you're someone that's like, "Hey, I need to get a job. I don't care about building software, but I need a job." You can also take, let's say, your resume and go back to AI and just give it the file or whatever it is, and then ask the AI like, "Hey, I see that there's this job. I want to get this job. I have my resume here. Make my resume look good for this job, and then give me a cover letter that I can also send in." And it works really well. Um, OpenAI is really great. I really love that they have these different options. If you are a new user and you can't afford the thing, that's great. You'll get the free version, which is the O1 Mini. I mean, the GPT-4o Mini. It's very smart. We do have now GPT-4o, which is also incredibly smart. They're both just the same thing, just one's a little bit better than the other. And we have access to what's called O1. O1 is the new model that everybody's very much raving about because whenever you go and ask it a question, I'm going to just real quick demo this, but I really want to show you guys this. Um, Let me new chat this. Tell me how many R is in the word strawberry and
I've seen so many
explain.
memes on this.
Yeah, I know. So what's going to happen is that it's going to go and start thinking, and this takes a lot longer than normal. But here, it gave its answer, but you can check. Oh, it didn't. It wow, it's gotten
Oh,
better. So beforehand, it would show like five different steps about like how it's on about like different ways that it does. But this is how it's supposed to do. It's supposed to go and tell you like the different step processes behind like why did the AI think that there was X amount of R's in the word strawberry. So in this example, whenever it goes and does it, it's able to go and correctly identify what's happening. Now this is very important because AI hallucinates sometimes. That happens. But if you allow the AI to go and create a chain of thought where it can go and say, like, hey, here's the data, here's my thoughts, and then create a coherent answer based off of those two together, which is what happens here, then that's really cool because that allows you the ability for greater research and greater abilities just in general. GPT is
there's a
great.
question in the chat here that may be interesting around
Oh, sure.
ChatGPT. One attendee says that ChatGPT seems to write in a really cheesy way when they try to do cover letters or their resume or just copy.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of showing about how you can use AI to change tone or act as if something else or so
Yeah.
forth. Let's walk through that a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, I can go over that. So let me go ahead and pull up. I just wiped my computer the other day, so I'm not sure if I'm logged into LinkedIn. Great, fantastic. I am. So what I can do is I'm gonna just pick up this random job of this founding whatever.
And correct inaccuracies. I would think the inaccuracy part when it comes to AI is that you still need to verify on the other end whether something is correct or not. And you have to be vigilant of that. Okay, so what are you doing?
Um,
What are you doing here? You are copying and pasting a job listing
yes. So
from
I
LinkedIn.
went to LinkedIn. I copied and pasted the job listing here. I said this is the job I'm wanting to apply for. Then I can try to find it in my D drive. I don't know if I actually have my resume in here. I should have a resume of some sort in here. Um, Let me find it. Hold on. D drive, please. Just pull up this stupid thing. So annoying. And oh, I have so much stuff in here. Oh, right here. Okay, I'm just gonna download this one specifically because I just wanted to work. Yes, allow, please. Did you download? Fantastic. Great. Oh crap. Let me copy all that real quick. Oh, so I have to go to the GPT-4o model because that one doesn't take files yet. have to real quick take the download, take my document, use my resume to build me a cover letter for this job, make it uh senior dev level wording, and be professional and less cheesy. Fantastic. All right, so here's the
Nice.
cool part. There's this thing called Dunning-Kruger effect, which you only know what you don't know what you don't know. So if you do specialize in a category of any type of field, let's say you're a grant writer and you utilize AI, you're going to be able to tell very quickly what's good and what's not good. And you're going to be able to address to the AI, hey, this is good, this is not good. And then the AI, because it understands what you're telling it, it will adjust based off of your parameters. So in this example, I went and said, like, here's my thing. Here's my professional cover letter. It's talking about my, writing my experience for this. It is using like just different information that I am a part of, and it's able to go and do stuff. If it tells me something wrong, like let's say I never worked for going to Inc. Please use just the resume info because I don't think I've ever actually worked for that company. Don't know where the hell that came from. I think that's what I'm actually like. Whatever.
I think
Well,
it's
now it's
because
talking about
Going to Inc. is the company that you are trying to apply to.
that's why I'm like I don't know what I'm doing here. Now I do.
Yeah.
But that's the best part about AI. Like sometimes you can just be an idiot and just not know what you're doing. But in this example, it's saying like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Here's the job position. Here's different reasons why I would be good at it. And you can just copy this and send it back. If you don't like it, tell the AI, hey, I don't like this part, fix it. And it will fix it.
And let's say Going to Inc. was a really fun company that was run by Japanese anime otakus, and they spoke in a really cutesy voice, right? You could
Yes.
make your cover letter very, very cute in that sense to kind of match that brand culture. So I think that's also a piece too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, let me
Um,
real quick show one more small thing just because I like to stunt on people.
and we have a
So
career coach in the chat who says, as a career coach, I can tell you this is simply an adequate cover letter. And then another person says, this is still really cheesy. What excites me about Going to, for example. Um,
fantastic. I'm glad it's an adequate because that career coach probably knows way more about this type of stuff than I do. And in fact, that career coach could even tell the AI like, "Hey, this part is bad. This part is bad. This part is bad." And then whenever the AI they need to go and use that for another thing in the future, it'll be correct into that format. So yes,
yeah.
that career coach probably correct. But I do want to show real quick one small thing. So AI is really cool, but it's even cooler whenever you can actually use it for more things than just you know, building website. What if you wanted to control your computer? Well, I can do that because right now I can be like, hey, I am on MacBook, open my browser to Safari. Okay, this is gonna be super stupid, but like it will be. I really hate in demos whenever you go to show something and it decided to not do it.
Renee, can you make your
Never
screen a
mind.
little bit bigger so folks can see it? Any
Oh
way to
yeah,
do
yeah,
that?
yeah. No, apparently.
Oh,
I made it bigger, but it didn't make it bigger. Uh, well, son of a gun. So what, you know what? Here, we'll show a different example. How about this? We'll make it to where right on my
can you make
desktop,
your terminal text bigger? I think you
I,
can.
I don't know how to. Settings. You know what? I don't think it's gonna be worth the juice on the squeeze on this for that time. So never mind. Forget that part. Oh,
Okay.
are you there?
Uh,
Okay,
Make
cool.
it bigger from our Zoom screens. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I need to change the screen resolution. Uh, it's okay. We'll just forget about the command line thing. It's something silly, but basically you can go in. If you work on like edge devices or something, you want to control like let's say a 3D printer or something, you can go and set it up to where you can put in like a little thumb drive or something into it, and then you can have an AI where it can completely control it. So if you ask the thing like, "Hey, print me out something," it could. It would be able to go and like control your computer to go and able to do other stuff like this. It's minor. It's not that cool. Never mind.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a couple more questions. Someone was asking, are you able to use Replit for existing code files to expand the features or fix errors in them?
Yes, you are. If you're doing that though, I would probably recommend Cursor. Cursor's they both like go over all of the files like inside your thing, and they can use an AI to understand everything on that. However, I do think that Cursor, because let's say you have like you have documentation you need to give it, you can just give it like the web link or whatever, and it does it much better than Replit in that one instance. But I recommend Cursor.
Yeah. Another question is, as a self-employed learning AI and using it myself for proof of concept for process efficiencies, I don't think that's a relevant proof of concept to sell AI consulting services to clients. I've got a blind spot there without tangible client results to use as a reference. Anyone else experiencing this? So I think what I see in that question, Renee, is that it's for some folks who may not have had AI used in the real world to help with a business outcome. It's difficult to prove your concept as somebody who can be a quote AI consultant. But it sounds like you've been able to do that for some of your clients so far. So can you speak to that with some of the skills you've learned?
Yeah, so here's the cool part because like I go to hackathons like today like I'm at the summit but we had a whole hackathon for the last 2 days or oh today's Tuesday. We had a hackathon Saturday and Sunday at DG 717 in San Francisco. By the way, I help host lots of hackathons and lots of events, and I go to a lot of them. So because I do that, my brain's blanking out on everything I just said. Uh,
You go to a
Albert,
lot of
yeah,
hackathons, and at those hackathons, you build business ready use cases that help
yeah,
organizations figure out how to use AI and profit off of it.
yes, that is true, but I forget what the original question was. My brain just went blank.
The original question was, as a self-employed person learning AI and using it myself for proof of concept process efficiencies, I don't think that that's a relevant proof of concept to sell AI consulting services to clients. I've got a
Oh,
blind spot there without tangible client results to use as a reference. Anyone else experience?
gotcha. Okay, so the client results part. So I utilize my hackathon results as a way to go and gather clients. So because I go to so many hackathons and so many like companies know that like they can just come to me and be like, hey Renee, we need QA on like whatever's happening. Can you help like take care of this so that way like the event goes well? Fantastic. People know me as the go-to guy. So that's how I started initially getting my clients, and then those clients uh also got me other clients. There's a couple clients where like I did go to like an event, something like this, where like I showed up and I met some guy and they're like, hey, what you're doing is really cool because I have my laptop on me. I'm just constantly like just building stuff and showing people stuff. The guy was like, "Hey, this is really cool. Why don't we talk about like this and we'll pay you guys to do this." So I know I might have lucked out, but I do see that there's a lot of value in just going to like networking events, finding
Hmm.
people, and just trying to see like just showing them like, "Hey, this is what I can do." Like I don't have a PhD in anything. I dropped out of college. I can't even read or write code, but that doesn't matter whenever I show, whoever like, hey, by the way, I have these AI agents and they're doing these transactions for me. They're going and researching stuff and sending it and posting it onto all my socials. They're sending my emails for me. They don't care. People only care about like what does it actually do? What have you done this? If you actually get things done, people do reciprocate and then they follow up. And Like even today, I was honored because there was a venture capitalist company. They brought some executives from Saudi Arabia, uh, talking about like just different kind of private things, and I was able to go and help like explain like, hey, this is how we can do this with AI to go and help solve the problems. And it's just like people come to me now because like people just know that I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of comments. I gotta read them real quick. Can
Yeah.
Replit be used to generate C, C++, Linux kernel, and system programming code? For C, C++, yes. Linux and system programming, uh, maybe not Linux, maybe system programming. I'm a bit concerned the existing AI does not allow users to obtain info already free. For example, Yellow Pages, I'm a redirector page subscription. Is there a way around this? Yes. So, okay. So, AI will go and try to get you the information the same way if you went through a Google search engine. So if you asked it like, hey, what's going on this weekend at Rodeo House, it's gonna just start getting that search info. However, you can ask the AI to create you a product that allows you to go and start getting this other information for free. So that way you can just run that product and then it'll gather it. The AI is just like you. It only can work with whatever tools it has available. If you have it create a tool that does extra stuff like this, then you're great. Can Replit be used for ML related coding in Photon? I love we're talking about Photon, and I bet this person is a Steam Deck user. Um, um, I actually don't know, but I'm sorry, I don't know about that. It probably can. The thing about Replit is it's just an easy to go host and store a lot of your different like photo files into it and stuff, and then you can go and like do with it as you wish. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be able to. If anything, if you go and take a file onto that project onto Replit or something, you can take an AI that can go through the files and then explain like, hey, this is what's going on. But you can also do that with Cursor. So both of those are like decent solutions. All right. What can you suggest for non-coder to learn to become AI specialist as consulting, not building product? Well, if you're consulting as a specialist, you have to be a specialist at something, correct? If you think that you're specialist at, let's say, doing computer vision, you'd have to go and utilize AI to go and first understand like that path. So we'll use that. So maybe you go and talk to AI and you're like, hey, I want to start learning computer vision. I want to be a proficient in this and then become a consultant. I don't want to build this product in the future. What you would do, you'd have the AI teach you basically how to go and use like RoboFlow and other computer vision stuff, how to go and implement them onto edge devices and stuff, learn the whole stack of that, and then once you're educated and understand like that concept, you can be at like specific networking events where they're talking about that stuff, and just be able to like, hey, I understand strongly about this specific niche, and because you know that niche, you're a specialist. You can do consultations, and you won't have to build the product. What is the roadmap of becoming an AI engineer? So AI engineer is super broad term. There's prompt engineering, there's computer vision, there's understanding how to build a foundational model, fine tuning, how to build multi-model products. It's giant. But honestly, the best start is first learn how to go and use AI with Replit to build HTML, CSS, JavaScript. The reason you need to know this is that if you understand how to do this, you can then start building onto what's called folders. If you can build with folders, you can start building out bigger scaffold projects. If you can build bigger scaffold projects, you can then start utilizing things like OpenCV and other machine learning tools that you can just import into your Replit project and then just build on top of that. Let's see. Oh, that's loaded. Math. What? Okay, sure. I'm gonna just skip that part. The
All
entire
right.
roadmap for data analytics, computer science, and yeah. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, I think I answered all the questions.
Yep. All right, cool. So I'm going to go back and share the screen a little bit, and we're going to talk a little bit about what you can do to learn AI. And so, hold on, am I sharing my screen here? I believe I am. Cool, wonderful. So, I know there's a lot of things going on in AI right now out there in the world, and with all of these things in mind, I've gotten to know Rene over the last couple of months. He's building a lot of AI solutions out here on the market. And so Albert's List, because we do believe in helping you learn the skills that you need to go to the next step of your career. We partnered with Rene to build O1 Hestia Academy, which I'll go ahead and drop in the chat here. This is our this is our website focused on building AI skills, where anyone with any skill level can learn, grow, and become more proficient in their AI skills beyond being able to just prompt, but also build websites, build games, and other applications that are entirely possible. And so I dropped the website in there. What it is a $30 a month website course, or course that you can $30 a month subscription rather, that you can take, where you can apply your knowledge in a meaningful setting with new courses every single month that are centered around web development, content development, and other AI skills that are of interest. And along with that, we have ongoing office hours and much more, so that you can get the one-on-one knowledge from Rene that you need to be successful. So I'm actually going to go ahead and unshare my screen. Rene, do you want to show folks what
Yes.
O1 Hestia looks like on the back end with some of the courses that you've developed?
Yes, because I do technically have 12 minutes left. I would love to share this.
Yes, we'll
So,
we'll go ahead and
here
conclude from
is
there.
terribly sorry about this today. It's just been a very busy several days. So this is zero one Hestia. So I just want to show we do have a couple of videos here. It is a $30 subscription. We are adding more videos as to it. So we will be explaining how to go and utilize Replit for best practices in senses of using the AI builder and other products that we will go and be releasing on here. Here's just a couple different videos that you can see. We also have a chatbot integration in here, but I'm gonna probably switch this out that way, you guys can, instead of just talking to one AI chatbot, you can have multiple AI chatbots talking together to help build stuff out for you whenever you're going in and building anything. So this is going to be probably replaced in the next couple of days. We have an image generator here where I can go and say black house on lake, generate image. And as this builds it out, it goes and sends some info to our backend servers. We have an AI image generator that we believe is better than currently OpenAI's image generator. You can pick it up on here. It is the Flux model. And here is
Oh,
just an
wow.
example. It's very beautiful. You can just download the image or generate another one. It's very simple.
How many images
We
can I
have
generate for it to
infinite
cost you
right
something?
now. Infinite right now. Technically, it cost me, but I'm okay with it. I'm just trying to make things work. So infinite right now. Please don't do infinite because I am just a very poor person. So don't do that. But yes, infinite right now. So we have like even information here about like if you were wanting to start a startup, you can utilize this information, and you're more than welcome to screenshot this information. But basically, if you want to start a startup, this is a great information on how to go and do it very quickly with very little money. We have information about us. We have the pricing set up here, and yeah, so this is zero one Hestia. It's just a cool coding academy where we do update how to go and utilize AI for building code. And we'd love to go and know more about you guys if you guys are interested in this. Yeah,
And tell us what 01 Hestia means, because I have
yes,
remembered and then forgotten, and I know
yes,
it's a
yes,
very, very amazing name.
yes. So zero one Hestia. For coders, we find the number zero one very important. It's binary. It's representation of basically everything in coding. There it is. I wanted to go and give a home for anybody that wanted to learn about our most sacred coding. And I believe the most sacred part about coding isn't actually writing code, but it's actually using code to build code. For in this example, it's AI. So I made what's called zero one Hestia because the Hestia is the Roman goddess of the hearth to go and be able to go and help people just find home and somewhere that's just like cozy and stuff because that's what they did in Rome. So O1 Hestia is just that concept of a play on words on name, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, well, wonderful. I know we have 10 minutes to go.
I
And
can
you,
answer some more questions if there's some
yeah.
more questions. Let's see.
So it sounds like you need to know basic web development and coding to really take advantage of this. Do you?
Actually, not real. Well, you know what? Yes, but here's the basic, and I'm gonna make it so simple that you can learn it within 1 minute. So, uh, if you can start with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and talk to AI about it, you just have to remember this. Think about a house. If you have a house, you have the structure of the house, what makes it nice and pretty, and what runs it, the electricity and the water through it. So think about it like that. So what's the bones, the structure, the walls, and everything? That's HTML. whenever you go and think about what makes it pretty and stuff, the flowers, the decoration, that's what's called CSS. And whenever you go and do stuff that's called JavaScript or JS. So if you're able to go and at least understand that core small minimum concept, you can build any type of product you want to on Replit with just AI, just by knowing those three file types. That is it. You don't need to know more. You eventually will want to build Next.js. You'll want to build API servers. You want to build all kinds of different stuff. But for now, if you don't know that stuff, don't worry about this stuff. All you need to know is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and use the AI. And we cover these over our courses on our website. Also. It's the very first course that I implore everybody to use. Let me go through the
Um,
little list real
how
quick.
much duration does it
Does
take,
anyone know?
ideally? Oh, how much duration does it take to learn and build production-ready products?
Yeah, so normally I teach classes, like also in person for $100 each. They're being a little bit loud in here, but yeah. So normally I teach people within like 1 hour on how to go and utilize AI to build. Are you asking for me up here? I'm up here.
Yes, you will
Get
get the
just
recording,
5 more minutes.
and also some follow-up emails as well. So
Sorry, everybody. Okay.
yeah, tell them to give you
Gracious.
7 minutes. You're in a very important meeting right now.
Everybody needs me all the time. It's very rough. As a guy that doesn't know how to like even read or write code or doesn't even know what I'm really doing here, I just use AI to solve my problems, and it works, and I get paid, and I don't really know what I'm doing ever. But I don't think anybody really needs to know. But yes, honestly, you only need like an hour. If you can just spend an hour with Replit and AI, and just like, hey, like give me this code, and just paste it, and then like say like, hey, I like this part, I don't like this part, fix it, and then just paste the code back. You'll be great. So that's the biggest thing I could say about it. Honestly, you don't need any like I know this is counterintuitive, Albert, but really people don't need really videos or anything like that. We provide it because we believe that there's a lot of value in just like in understanding all this stuff already pre. So instead of having to go and spend hours and hours and hours, you can spend 20 minutes on one of our videos and get shit done very quickly. But no one needs these courses. No one needs videos at all. You can do it yourself. And the biggest thing I can encourage anybody to do is just utilize the AI and just go for it. But we have an AI also on our website, so if you want to go and utilize our AI, please use that. I'll be updating it here in the next couple of days. Let me keep going. So thank
Do you offer
you, Diana.
services to help someone create an app?
I do. It's by project. So depending on whatever the project is, I charge different amounts. It could be maybe a couple thousand. It could be maybe 50,000. It really depends on like what the scope of work is. Um, Message me on LinkedIn. Let's see what we could do. Yes, yes, absolutely. This is absolutely unprofessional, and we make it that way. We believe that go and like go to college for like 6 years and know all this stuff. Fuck all that. You should be able to go and be right off the street, be able to go and utilize AI to go and change your life and get stuff done. Because we're giving power back to the people. We're not going to go and hoard it. So absolutely, this is not going to be professional on my end at least. Ours a lot more nicer than I am, but I'm absolutely not professional at all. So thank you for commenting about that, Valeria. I appreciate that.
Let's do one more question, and then I'm going to go ahead and conclude for the night. As an executive admin assistant, are there any AI tools I can use to build an automated tracking tool for manually signed documents? Also, any way to generate fill-in templates?
The Replit agent can build that product out end to end. You guys seen it done already for another friend that is also a EA. So if you get a Replit account, I'm not. I mean, I don't get anything out of Replit. I don't work for them or anything. If you do have a Replit account and you use the Replit agent, it can build that product out for you. Or if you want to build it the same way how we were talking about the HTML, CSS, JavaScript with AI, you can do it that way too.
Okay, well, wonderful. Did you say what Replit is?
Replit is it's basically a developer environment for people to go and put code. So whenever AI gives you code, you need the code to be used somewhere. Normally on your computer, normally using VS Code. You normally have to do a bunch of different stuff, including live server, Python, all this extra stuff. Forget all that. With Replit, it's just one click. You click run, it starts. You click deploy, it's on the website, and it's very very easy. So it's just a place to post your code.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, everyone, today for joining us. I totally appreciate your time. I've gone ahead and dropped again the O1 Hesia link into the webinar chat. If you have any questions, feel free to follow up with me on email as well as the Eventbrite when we do send that follow-up. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Any final words, Renee, before we go ahead and conclude for this month's edition of Building AI Skills for Your Career?
Yes. If you're concerned about losing your job to AI, please don't be. Because realistically, AI is very good at helping make things go further, but I also understand there's a lot of fear about it. I think instead, be more fearful that you might not be able to go and do as many cool things, like, get more time back in your life because time is short. You only get 4,000 weeks in your lifetime and you waste them every week. So instead of worrying about spending hours and days and weeks on building stuff, use the AI to help save yourself some time so you can get back to doing things that matter, like spending time with your family and enjoying life. I think that's more important than anything I said tonight.
That's beautiful. All right. Thank you all. We'll be sending you the recording, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. See you later, everybody. Bye.